Too funny. Hi, folks. So I appear to be IT challenged this evening. I need to hire a 5-year-old, I think, to do my IT for me. So what we're going to do in this hopefully short video is talk about the gold futures and where we at on July 9th of 2020. And so, what we really want to do is talk about price action and price action trading. Um, but I also, okay, so for some people, for really advanced traders, indicators are crutches. And so I'll just go right out and I'll come right out and admit it. I like relying on the crutches of indicators still at this point. Um, but I don't lean on them for too long. So anyway, let's take a quick walk through the indicators and then we'll get them off the chart and then we can focus on price action. And so MACD, and of course we're in our monthly time frame, so big picture at this point. Both lines of our indicator are above the zero line, so MACD is in the bullish mode. As far as what would we expect from this particular financial market, it's in bull mode. If we're going to choose to invest money in this market, we want to be long, not short. Most traders make more money uh, trading with the primary trend. MACD is telling us that the primary trend is up, not down. So to be short this market, we would be counter trend traders. And so let's see, I think that's enough about MACD. Stochastics. So the way I read stochastics, it's it's basically it's the empty full indicator on my gas tank, or on more specifically, it's the gas tank on the price of whatever financial vehicle it is that I'm looking at. So in this case, we're talking about the gold futures. And what I am seeing here from stochastics is that my gas tank is full. And so if price wants to head higher from here, it certainly has the energy to do so. And so that's stochastics. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, accumulation distribution. It's just another way of looking at the volume and price action. Um, my interpretation of that is certainly bullish. Don't want to spend any more time on that. What I do, in another point I want to make here, as another indication of the primary trend in price, a fundamental rule that we can keep in mind is that volume rises in the direction of the primary trend. And so, what I see in the gold futures in this monthly time scale is that volume is clearly increasing starting all the way back here in 2001. Volume is clearly increasing all the way to today. And coincidentally, well, look at that, so is price. And so, again, the fundamental rule is volume rises in the direction of the primary trend. Price is headed up, volume's headed up. It tells me that the primary trend is up. And so anyway, I covered this in a previous video. Some analysts, they'll talk about this bowl shape. They'll make they make some kind of head and shoulders pattern out of this. I don't really care. Uh, so what we're bumping into this $1,800. It's a round number. It's a tested, proven resistance level. price is working its way through that resistance level now. Let's drop down. We're at 5 minutes. Um, I don't. I'm going to reset my chart. I don't think there was anything new that I wanted to point out in this time frame. Um, yeah, little trading range there. Well, since we're here, I will point this out. So uh, again, we're in our weekly time frame, and so for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 weeks, so 11 trading weeks, that's almost 3 months. Price was in this trading range. I think it's $90 if I remember correctly. Yep, about $90. And then broke out. And so now we're in week 3 of price having broken above this trading range here. Um, and if we focus on the individual candlesticks, nothing really exciting. Dojis are always a little bit interesting. Obviously, we continuing prices continuing up. Working on the blue line here. That's our $1,800 round number. Um, let's not dwell. Excuse me. Let's not dwell any longer there. Let me. We don't need volume. Is there anything else I want to talk about there? So there's a better indicator of, oops, sorry for jumping around so much. Um, so what we would like to see price do at this $1,800 round number is to test it as resistance, and that's what we're seeing right here, those two price bars. But now I want to, forgive me, I want to zoom back out. So just as a reminder, let's look at this. Um, Back at the end of, so here's the end of the big bull market in 2011, and then as price came down, so we get a big plunge from the peak, double top up here, and now price is testing that $1,800 round number from below. And so that test failed. So 1800 demonstrated at that point that it was a resistance level. And then we get another, another test, and price fails and goes lower, and another test, and then price really drops. And so now here we are back again. We're testing that $1,800 level, and so what we would like, I won't use the pronoun we. Let me say me. What I would like to see is exactly what I'm seeing here. Prices testing the $1,800 round number from below, so testing it as resistance. Okay, didn't quite break through on that first attempt. Now I'm going to pull back, and so I got to pull back, gather a little bit of energy. Didn't have to pull back all that much. So what are we, 1765, so $35. So I pulled back $35. Is that 2%? So I've pulled back less than 2%. Um, Tested support, found it, and now I'm off to the races again. On this subsequent push higher, I'm able to push through 1800, and I push a little bit higher still, so all the way up 1830, so almost $30 above that breakout level. if we want to talk about $1,800 being a breakout level. And now I'm pulling back. I want to pull back and test my breakout level as support. And so that's exactly what we're seeing here. So price is pulling back in this next, we're in the daily time frame. So the very next trading day, price is pulling back and testing $1,800 as support. Test succeeds, price closes above that level, and now we've got another trading day where price for the full day has traded above the $1,800 level. So anyway, that's all good stuff. Let's drop down one more level and then we'll just take a quick glance at some indicators. I tell you, folks, it's all about market structure. I'm a visual thinker, and so it really helps me to draw market structure so I can understand what price is up to. And give me a sec, I'm going to extend some of these lines. So let's do that. Doesn't matter down there. And so what I can see here, and let me, I apologize for not having this done ahead of time. Um, Extend line right. Let's see. Hopefully you'll find value, and that's my intent. I try to provide value. Um, we're all at different points along the path, and so if I can help somebody progress, that that's a good thing. So what I just drew here was a sliding parallel, and so you can see that it's the same. Yeah, it's off a little bit, probably because I got log scale on, and so I just turned log scale off, and so I'll let me straighten it out. It's not easy having OCD, I tell you. All right, we're gonna live with that. So good enough. um, so this is a sliding parallel, and it's a parallel line to the median lines of this Andrews pitchfork, the blue Andrews pitchfork here. And so we can see that price is finding support basically along that price level, the level of this sliding parallel. And so not unreasonable to expect that price will continue to find support along that level until it demonstrates to us that it wants to do something different. And of course, price can do anything that it wants to do. Um, let's look just because next thing that caught my eye. So now we have this smaller pitchfork, and in this case we have it's a shift pitch modified shift pitchfork. Did I? Yes, modified shift pitchfork. And so we can see that price has found resistance along the median line twice there. Then we get the big price zoom through the median line. Didn't quite get a retest of the median line to the downside. And of course, we've got this horizontal support resistance level we'll talk about here in a sec. And then when price moved higher, it found resistance at the top of the fork. We've also got this blue Andrews pitchfork, which is still providing resistance. And so we've got a confluence of resistance up in this region here And that's where price ran out of energy and rolled over. Um, excuse me. Again, now we have a confluence of support, and let me draw let me draw an ellipse in here just so there's no question about what I am referring to. Um, I've got to do that. And so a confluence of support, prices down here testing. We have the median line of this black pitchfork, the modified shift pitchfork. Uh, prices also testing the sliding parallel, this blue dashed, sorry, dotted line, the blue dotted line, which is a sliding parallel to this blue Andrews pitchfork. So price is also testing support at that level. And then we have this horizontal support resistance level, the pink dotted line, where we can see that price ran into resistance, had to pull back, gather some energy, zoom, retest, a very nice, clean retest, off to the races. Now we're back here, and so again, price is testing a confluence of support in this area. Let's throw on a couple of indicators just for fun. Yeah, oops, let's do that. And again, my luck doing short videos lately hasn't been great. So volume's not doing anything, and we certainly don't need it twice. So MACD in this time frame. So now we're down in a four hour time frame. So really, the only people who not that need to be looking down at this level, but regardless of whether we are a conservative investor or a day trader, we just need to understand the time frame of the chart that we are looking at. And I'm sorry, I've taken a sip here. And so in this case, we're looking at a 4 hour time frame. Um, and so as a conservative investor, we don't need to be looking at this time frame, certainly don't need to be taking action based on this time frame. Day trading is different. Enough said on that. So the indicators, MACD, clearly we're on a sell signal on MACD. The MACD histogram down, no indication of turning up yet. Um, as far as last thing on MACD, so both lines of the MACD are above zero, so the MACD indicator is in its bullish mode. In this time frame, we want to be long, not short. Enough on MACD. Stochastics, level of energy, here moving towards the low end. So, it doesn't really tell me anything other than, my gas tank is getting low as far as energy. But on the other hand, as far as price testing a confluence of support, if price wants to rally from here, this is a good this is a good level for price energy to turn back up and move higher. So anyway, not really going to read all that much into stochastics right now. Um, there's that. I am pushing. We are right at the 20-minute marker. No real new information there. I'm just going to end at that point, folks. Um, other than, yeah, no, I'm just going to end it right there. There you go. Gold's looking good. I don't see any reason, as an investor, conservative investor, we're doing good. I'll talk to you soon.